This week, on an all-new episode of Crazy Train of Thought, brought to you by the Idiot Savants. Join host Ryan Wolf, Julian, Pokemaster Troy Osborn, Philip Swaggins, Justin Campbell Soup, and Colin Freakin Giffy for rants such as...
Check a look.
Welcome, everybody, to Crazy Train of Thought, brought to you by the Idiot Savants. Thank you so much for joining us today. I am your host, Ryan Wolf. On today's episode, I have...
Julian.
Julian is here. Thank you for joining us, Julian.
Pokemaster Troy Osborn
As
here.
always, Pokemaster Troy Osborn joins us.
Philip Swaggins back from the Shire.
Back from the Shire, Philip Swaggins. Thank you for being here, champ.
Justin.
Just Justin is here.
Frickin' Colin Giffy.
Frickin' Colin Giffy is here. And we are live from Savant Studios.
What?
Thank you.
You're Colin Freakin Giffy.
Colin Friggin' Giffy.
Colin Freakin Giffy.
I'm back on the pod this week.
Live from Savant Studios.
Savante Studios. Not sure
So-
if that's how it's pronounced.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it.
Pretty just need
Hey, I just realized something, Ryan.
Yeah?
That says Savant Studios.
Well, we'll add an S.
Wait, what?
I think I've said Savant Studios a few times.
Savants Studios? Is that
No,
what you're
I
saying?
think it's Savant Studio.
I think it's
Savant
because he's
Studios.
saying studios. It sounds like Savant Studio.
Savant
just
Studio.
Savant Studios.
Savant Studio.
Yeah,
it's
I said it
Savant's
right.
a studio.
You
What don't you
back the
fucking
fuck
understand? Get the fuck out of here. It's a Savant studio. Come on, get the fuck out of here.
All right, listeners, we have a jam-packed fucking episode for you today.
Giggity.
And we have arguably too many on the pod. So,
Too many on though?
too many people on the podcast.
Okay, we actually have room for one more, so
We do.
too many
We do technically have room for one more. Thank you, Philip. This is probably how we're going to do Game of the Year, but as always, we have E3 coverage for you today.
The kind of E3.
And not
E3.
it's not officially E3.
right, not officially E3.
It's just game reveals
quotes.
stuff.
Yeah, one of the 12 E3 events that happened, all that news dropped, and we're going to recap that shit for you and probably make you laugh a little bit in the
Hopefully.
meantime. Julian, we're going to start with you. Go ahead. What was your favorite game of the show?
Take your time.
Way to put him on the spot, you ass.
Yeah. Definitely not Pokemon Snap because that
Hey,
Go fuck yourself.
looks so stupid. I guess let me.
He likes Bugsnax.
Resident Evil Village sounds pretty cool. I guess.
Okay. We want to talk about that first? I'm good with that.
We could talk about that.
All right. Troy, you also had that on your list. What you got?
I was hoping it was Resident Evil, the whole trailer.
Were you?
And then it got to the end, and then it had the village, and then it cut to the 8, and I was like, finally.
Well, Rachel
Yes.
called it. She's like, it's Resident Evil. As soon as she saw the guy put on the glasses.
Really?
And I was like, I don't know who the fuck that is. Like, I don't play a lot of Resident Evil games.
Ryan,
And
it's Res Evil.
yeah, because that was like,
Res Evil.
we watched the whole PS5 reveal event together.
Oh,
and
come on, dude.
It was like
Xbox.
It was like part of. I was like trying to call the games as we saw them. So I consider myself a gamer, as it were. And so we were having this little bit of competition, like trying to call what it was when we saw it. I was like, oh, that's that thing. Like that's that thing.
How many times did you think the PlayStation 5 was going to come out of those letters and it never
Oh my
did?
God. That was probably the most annoying thing about that event was to have to watch X, circle, triangle, and square.
Good job, by the way.
12 different fucking combinations
Hey.
every time they changed the scene. I'm like, gee, I get the fucking buttons. I understand.
Those motion graphics were beautiful, Ryan.
Were they,
Yes.
though?
Oh, can you do
I
it?
didn't like
Can you
it.
make it?
I don't care about
Beautiful.
Did you guys see the texture on the controller, though?
Yeah.
It's made of miniature square, triangle, circles, and X's.
Like the grip on the controller is made of those. Like if you zoom
You're
in,
fucking
I'm
funny.
serious.
That's not real.
Zoom in on it.
Yeah, like same thing as the console.
Oh
but
God,
white,
that
it's
is the
texture.
most annoying thing.
It's in case
Fuck
you forget the
everything
buttons.
about that. Are you fucking kidding me?
That's why it's going to be
Bro,
$100
that's like-
more than
I
that.
can't tell if you're trolling me.
No,
I'm not.
That's dumb. That's
Me.
super dumb.
I actually think it's kind of cool.
I like it.
Personally.
Wouldn't it help with some of the?
That's like
not-
shaping your like the Xbox being shaped like an X. That's as stupid as it was
That
in
would be- You can't
2001
See
when they
it
did
unless
it.
you really look at it. Like it's not something you just notice. Like you didn't see it watching the trailer. You really have to zoom in on that.
No, he was too busy getting
it's
mad at
like
the fucking
super
motion.
Yeah.
tiny.
He's
Fuck
like,
these motions.
Even when you zoom
Ryan,
in,
Ryan,
He's like, "Come on."
It's a texture, like it's barely
I
noticeable.
get it.
My favorite thing
Still
was
stupid.
watching it through Giant Bomb and then
Okay.
bringing up. Is this a secret code? What do these? What do these mean?
What does
Why
it
do they keep
mean?
bringing these up?
they spelled PlayStation.
this is how Russia
Could be
gets
what it
you.
is.
No,
Yeah.
it was they were telling the price and it was X triangle circle or it was triangle first, so it was
Okay.
$3,248 or something.
Probably.
like
It's
that.
They were giving us that old Morse code.
That old Morse code.
Oh my
Back when
gosh.
we used to paint them on walls.
X circle square.
I don't remember a
there's no
mammoth
beef.
coming through here yesterday. Okay.
I saw this meme. I'm gonna have to send it to Ryan so we can put it up. But it was the Xbox had like a robe around it with a blue lightsaber, and then
Oh, yeah, I saw
the
General
PlayStation.
Kenobi.
Yeah, the PlayStation looked like freaking
Grievous.
and it was like General Kenobi.
My
It
favorite
kind of looks
was-
like
That's
his,
pretty good.
his freaking
Right.
horns or whatever sticking out of his head.
My favorite of those was the Tower of Sauron. They just put the eye on top of it.
Yeah,
They took Seto
Xbox.
I
Kaiba.
haven't seen that one, but I agree.
That was my favorite actually. I love me some Kaiba. So
Justin and Philip, you two are kind of the resident PlayStation fans.
I
are
would
we
say
gonna
I've-
do Village first or jump into the PlayStation?
I mean, it depends.
We can just bounce around.
Either way, and we can do Village. We can continue with Village.
Because I mean,
We got
I
a
wanted to
bit off
say
track.
a little bit about Village.
I mean, I've made out with a few PlayStations every now and then. But...
which one?
Oh, that's not weird. Oh,
No,
right.
no,
Yeah, so Resident Evil Village sounds totally lit.
totally lit.
I did like the trailer. I knew immediately what it was because just the way it looks, I'm like, I know that engine enough because I've been playing all those games. The trailer looked and ran like ass. I don't know why the fuck they showed it like that. It was running at like 15 frames per
30.
second and looked what?
30.
It was
30
not running
frames.
at 30.
It was 30 frames.
There were multiple times when that thing was skipping like crap, and a lot of people pointed that out.
That has to be a creative decision. They
No, I
wouldn't
think
have
it
put
was
that
they
out.
went
They went out ahead of the show ahead of the press conference and said, "This isn't how it's gonna look on your PlayStation 5. It will look better. This is because we're all working from home. We're only gonna be able to do it at 1080
Right.
with 30 frames.
Right.
So
I understand like why it was going on. I'm like, okay, I get why like it doesn't look as good as it could because it didn't look near as good as some of the other stuff running in that engine. Like even Resident Evil 2, the remake looked better. But there were multiple moments when I was watching it. It was definitely into 15 and less. I have seen
I guess I didn't notice that so much.
I thought it looked fine the whole way
Yeah.
through.
maybe did
your
because
internet.
was it on no, it wasn't my internet because everything else looked beautiful.
It's his
'Cause
monitor.
Were you just watching the live stream or was it like the trailer itself you were watching?
I watched it like a live feed or like a recording of the live stream.
Yeah. I watched the live stream later on the PlayStation YouTube account.
I did the same. And I was looking at that going, huh.
It looked fine when I watched it live.
Sounds like you're number 3 to 1.
Well, other people pointed it out
okay.
too. It wasn't just me. And I'm like, yeah, this looks and runs like garbage, but obviously they're wanting to show it. And like the things about it I liked. I like Chris. He looks more like Chris, whereas in 7, he looked like a completely new person. And they keep changing his voice. Just bring back the dude from 5. I like Roger Craig Smith. He's very good. But he looks more like him. So Ed, I'm intrigued. I didn't play 7 because those games scare the ever-living crap out of me, and I can't get through them.
Yeah.
I tried Outlast, played it for about 5 minutes, almost shit my pants. And I'm
There's
like,
a new one of
nope.
those.
I used to-
coming.
I
I
played
had
it all the way
problems playing Slender.
Okay, I used to play Slender all the time. That was
I don't know what it is, but horror games extra
terrifying.
scare me. I'm very immersive,
It's
so
like they're
it's scary.
trying to scare you.
Yeah, it's like almost like that's what
so
they're
I'm
for.
very bad with them. And I like the third person. I guess it's also since it's first person and you get immersed, so you're more like,
Try a VR horror game. Oh boy.
yeah.
I wouldn't trust Phil wearing my headset playing a horror game.
Rips it out of your.
Wait, I thought you said I could punch someone really hard with them and I'd break them versus the controller.
It'd be me.
You probably would actually.
just stay there trying to scare me.
Controllers are pretty strong.
Just punch him in the face. So yeah, that's
Perfect.
my thoughts on Village.
Absolutely.
That's my thoughts on Village. I probably won't
fucking
play it,
Christ.
but it looks cool.
Get it away from the mic, man.
It's like that
1 second here.
My favorite was the trying to be smooth about it, and he's just like, yeah. Man, how about that traffic? Oh my God, did you hear triangle, square, triangle? And the Village did. All right.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. Resident Evil Village looks fine. Like, I thought it looked okay. I didn't notice any of the video hitches that you were talking about necessarily, Philip, but
I'm glad they're going down that same path, like continuing down that, because
the
everybody loves
subtitles,
7.
you mean? Like 7?
Well, no, like 6
Biohazard.
was obviously a shit fire.
Is that the subtitle of 6?
Yes.
Resident
Okay.
Evil 6.
Shit fire.
Yeah. One of my favorite comments was one person was talking about the stream, like everything going on, and they're like, man, it was so cool. You know, they did the remakes, Resident Evil 4, 5, and then 7 and 8. I wonder why they never made a 6. It's so weird.
Oh man.
Damn.
I mean, I played 6, and it is kind of a shit fire.
Well, when we were watching the trailer for Village, I asked Rachel, I was like, when did Capcom decide to make good Resident Evil games?
I don't know.
Damn.
I think
that was
it
a
was
complete turnaround.
7.
Yeah.
7. They
I think
decided to go back to the drawing board and
right,
try
right.
again.
I think it's
with
because they
first person.
probably had bad sales, bad reviews, and everybody's
Right.
like, what the fuck are you doing? It must have been a new manager, like a new CEO or something came in and
Maybe.
was like, guys, let's get our shit together. Because then they did 7, 2, 3, DMC, all that stuff. They're like, hey, let's make good games again. And everybody's like, what are you guys doing?
They did Rum DMC? What?
mean,
I was
DM
literally about to say the same fucking thing.
DMC doesn't necessarily
Devil May Cry.
count.
It's Trigger Do.
The one thing I'm intrigued about that someone brought up, because we don't know the exact timelines, people are wondering if Village is a prequel to 4.
Okay.
It could be.
That would be interesting.
That would be.
I wonder if that would line up. Because I don't even know when 5 is supposed to take place.
Technically,
Miss
4
Chris-
happens in a lot of villages.
Right.
Because 4 I think takes place in, was it like 2011?
I don't know timelines.
I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea on the timelines.
I mean, also fuck the timeline. They could just say, yeah, this is a prequel. Why
Right.
is Chris so old?
Fuck it.
Muffin button.
Exactly. That's their answer. Just feed you a muffin and you go, okay.
Okay. I don't get that reference.
No? You
I don't
never
know
had
what
someone-
muffin button is.
You hit the button, it gives you a muffin. What do you mean you don't know what a muffin
What kind of futuristic
Right, what is this
freaking
bullshit?
shit do you have?
Yeah. I've never ran a rat maze. I don't know.
Because I have. You haven't?
Not one
He's got a little
time.
machine in the
Not
morning.
one time.
His breakfast muffin. Just
They're like,
presses a button on fucking
You
refrigerator.
have 15 seconds to run the maze to get your muffin.
I watched Maze Runner. That is how that movie went.
is it?
Yeah.
I've never seen it. So, like, they just give him a little maze and they're like, block of cheese at the end.
Yep.
Block of cheese, motherfucker.
Now, did he actually run the entire time or was like maze jog?
Uh,
It was
he
like,
walked.
jog.
oh, so he was a maze jogger, not
Yeah.
a maze runner.
Walk.
Okay.
There was some running scenes.
Maze sometimes run, Maze sitter,
Maze sitter.
Yeah, there is sitting too.
Maze dyer.
Those books are fucking terrible.
I thought I heard that the books were better.
They're
it's just
not.
Everyone dies.
They're not.
They're not. They're not good at all. Don't read.
Oh,
don't
Just
read
like
the Maze
books in
Runner.
general. All right.
Small
Yeah.
side,
Fuck all books. Don't read.
Speaking of books,
small little side note. If anybody wants to know about a trash fire of a book being made into a movie, there's fucking Artemis Fowl just came out.
Oh, did it?
And
not a movie,
oh
it's a
my
show,
gosh,
right?
everybody says it's not even a movie.
a show.
It's just 90 minutes of.
Listen,
No, it's a movie.
listen.
It's a movie.
It's got to be better than the live action Avatar: The Last Airbender.
No.
You will no.
Yeah.
There's no
I
way.
agree.
No,
There is
Gotta be.
it's
no way.
worse.
Gotta be better.
It's actually worse.
No way.
No.
There's none of the characters are even slightly like.
I refuse.
We've
move
got
on
to stay on video
E3
game stuff because we have
not
so much to
E3.
get
That's
through
true.
here.
Let's move on to not E3.
On topic. All right, do we want to talk about the PS5 reveal event?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right. Start one of you.
Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh
that
my
was
God.
dumb.
That's
Rockstar,
the
go fuck
stupidest
yourself.
fucking thing.
Auto 5's coming out. I've waited so long.
It looks so terrible. Everything about that trailer looked like fucking dog shit. It looked like a 360.
I mean,
game.
at least it's free.
It was.
Ryan.
It was.
I know, but what are you doing
that's-
starting a presentation with that?
Because why not? You gotta be like, it's like a sad hand job. You start off.
Oh, guys, oh my gosh, GTA 6 about to be revealed. Oh no, it was just 5. Another remake.
They're like,
It's not even a remake.
they're like, oh, you like GTA 5? Yeah. Oh God, yes. Then you're gonna love it again. I'm like,
We don't believe in diminishing returns.
I mean, we already know we're going to get the GTA 5. We're going to get the original Resident Evil 4 before the remake. And then we're also going to get Skyrim.
and not God of War
They
5.
just keep putting it on every single console.
I don't think we'll get Skyrim.
I bet we'll get Skyrim.
$20 says we don't get Skyrim.
Okay,
get
that's
Skyrim.
on
Shake on,
right
on the
now.
pod. Shake on the pod.
Pod shake.
Guys shook with the right hand, like the same hand.
Then it doesn't count.
they're just like, yeah,
Here.
yes.
All right, guys, we got a $20 bet that Skyrim comes to PS5 before there, or just it comes to PS5.
It comes to PS5.
It comes to
not coming to
PS5.
PS5. Skyrim will not come out again.
Only Xbox Series X.
They're gonna remake Skyrim.
So I'm just gonna add something. So technically, Ryan's right. I mean, an Elder Scrolls game, yes, but not Skyrim. So
It
technically,
won't be Skyrim.
unless they remake Skyrim, you lost.
Elder Scrolls 6,
What?
Dragonborn.
Because you're betting they're gonna make Skyrim for the PS5.
I'm betting they're just going to port it there. Like Skyrim will be on the PS5.
Okay.
That's my bet. Skyrim will be on the PS5.
It was on the Xbox original. No.
All right.
port, remaster, something. It will be
got
on
ya.
there.
Justin, what was your favorite thing about the event?
Oh God, it was bad. So I don't know if it's just the games I'm into just aren't popular. I mean, I spent that whole time waiting for God of War 5 and it never happened. I understand.
I was waiting for that.
It takes time, and I was like, I even tweeted Corey. I was like, "Hey man, so say psych, right? Like, it's coming out like Bugsnax got through. So, like, come on, Cannibal Crossing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But,
that's exactly like Bugsnax looks bad.
So I got into the stream late because I went to work out. So I chugged my pre-workout, and the thing goes off. I'm like, oh, so you're sitting there and you're just like itchy and scratchy, and then I'm just getting angrier and angrier because
That might be your fault versus.
Oh no, I'm not blaming them. I'm just saying Bugsnax. Come on,
You're like twitching out,
I can
watching
just see-
Bugsnax.
right?
Justin in the gym working out. Fucking Bugsnax. Are you serious?
I'm literally benching, and I'm like, oh, I don't think I can get this. And I'm like, Bugsnax got through, motherfucker!
Damn it, Corey, where's God of War?
Corey, where's God of War 5? Corey, he's like, man, how about a great show? Corey, come on, Bugsnax. Corey, come on, like say psych, like pull the cloth up. GTA 5 got through.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, the only game that looked good to me, was Spider-Man and Godfall. Those were the only two that I was like, oh, those look cool. I know Ratchet and
Not
Clank
even
was,
Horizon?
Ratchet and Clank look
wasn't
really
a big
cool.
fan of Horizon.
Okay.
I haven't even finished the game. And I don't know, it's just Horizon. Oh, that's a different argument. to
Yeah.
get
Yeah,
into.
let's get to Horizon in a second. Do we want to talk about the Spider-Man thing?
I mean,
first?
we can talk about
Okay.
Spider-Man.
So, what was your favorite thing about that Spider-Man thing?
Well, that they're bringing Miles Morales in. It's
Miles Morales.
I mean, deep down, I wanted it to be like the ultimate Spider-Man game for the PS2 where you could play Venom, but
Yeah.
that's not going to happen. So we're just I'm going to take my L and move on.
Just put that back
Did
in
you
the
actually like
back in the
play
box,
through
okay?
The Spider-Man game?
Huh?
Did you play through the actual
The
PS4
Insomniac game? Yeah. No, I really loved that game.
I mean, like, they're showing some stuff, so that should be in the sequel, the actual sequel.
Yeah, but I mean as in where you could play as Venom.
We don't know yet.
Okay. Tomato. No, you're right.
Tomato.
There's a chance we could.
There's still a chance. I am kind of disappointed after looking into it that it's not like a full release game.
Yeah,
It's just like a...
Yeah, because there was a bunch of misinformation that came out initially, and then Sony had to clarify exactly what it was, because some people were saying it's just an expansion, and then Sony was like, no, it's a standalone game. And then people thought it was a full-fledged sequel, but it's not really. It's like a retelling of the game.
I don't know.
Maybe it's from his point of view. Like you play as Miles for a good part.
Right.
Like while Spider-Man's out there swinging, you're doing jack shit.
You're literally just going
and then like
walking.
towards the end of your game, like, hey, I got powers now. And like, all right, we're caught up. Caught up on the story.
So here's what happens, right? So you spend the first like 95 minutes walking, like just literally getting to one destination. You can't fast travel. It's just Miles going to school or like grabbing lunch, right?
Yeah.
That's the first game. Checkpoint made. Then at the end, it's like, oh, I got superpowers. And you're like, press X to jump. You jump up on the roof. You're like, awesome. It's like, buy Spider-Man 2 to be able to play Miles.
Coming 2022.
Would you like to purchase?
Would you like to purchase? Would you like to pre-order?
Would you like to pre-order?
Pre-order now.
Oh my god.
I mean, like to me, I'm half and half on that. Like I'm kind of like, oh, it'd be cool if full, but then I'm like, even when it was announced and it was just Spider-Man Miles Morales, I'm like, I don't think that's a sequel.
Yeah.
Then it's still like cool that they're gonna have something.
So the good idea about that, at least in my opinion, is it gives the studio a way to release something for the PS5 where everyone's like, oh my God, finally, Spider-Man again. So, because it's like the same mechanics, they just released this to pretty much get all the updated graphics for like Marvel's Manhattan and all that kind of shit. But if you think about it, if they keep doing this, right? So let's say they release Miles Morales and that does really well, and then they do Spider-Man 2. Well, they could keep doing these one-off games. So like Black Cat or Venom or whoever, you get these one-offs, and then like for the next Spider-Man like big franchise game, so like 2, that's when you bring them back all together.
Yeah. So you get Spider-Man 2, and then like maybe 3 or 4 years, you'll have Spider-Man 3 that has the little sub games brought together.
So pretty much all the games end, because like the Miles Morales thing might just be like their version into the multiverse.
Yeah.
Was
Okay.
my thing.
All right.
They're really hard hitting it. Like this isn't a sequel to the Spider-Man game.
Okay.
It's just like a little side thing.
And
kinda.
I mean, they're saying it's supposed to be shorter than the original game, and the original Spider-Man game is about 40 hours without the DLC. So
40? I thought it was like more like 20 because I watched it. Well, I guess I just watched the walkthrough with the cutscene. Yeah.
it's a pretty
Like, it was
long
mainly
game.
just like
That's
the
what the
story. It wasn't
article
like just
said.
fighting. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's about a 40-hour game. Yeah, I can
without
see that.
DLC and stuff. So yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's. I'm glad to see Insomniac keep making Spider-Man
Yeah,
games.
for sure. I mean, I think that's probably what that studio is going to do for the foreseeable future, unfortunately. But Insomniac's making both Ratchet and Clank and Spider-Man. They must have two.
That's a lot of things going on.
At least 2 teams. I mean, they probably have a smaller team working on Spider-Man. Yeah.
Ratchet. I know Ratchet and Clank was a big one for people, but like the issue for me there is I never grew up playing that game.
I
didn't
think it
either.
looked good. Like,
I thought it looked really
I didn't think it looked good either.
I thought
to be
a
honest with you.
lot about it was like there's too much going on screen. You're just doing this to show me how many enemies and people you can have run across while there's battling going on.
I think
And,
they
like,
were. Sorry, go ahead.
They pitched the thing about the portals like, look, you can go to a portal and go through a completely different world. And then you went through a portal and it was mostly the same world, just different boxes. And I was like, what the fuck? This is not a different world. Those are just other boxes.
I think
Get the fuck out of here.
I think that was their little jerk off way of trying to show that you won't have to deal with loading screens.
I also think that, but it didn't look like
I
they
know.
were loading into a different environment. It's just a different part of the same map. Like, I
like
didn't like that at all.
they're
It also
working on
depends upon how much of the game is done right now.
Yeah.
That's true, for sure. I mean, I'm sure that's just a small slice that they're showing, but like
That opening sequence was really
the
cool,
opening
I think.
sequence where he's falling
Yeah.
into the portals looked
Yeah.
cool, but like that didn't look like there was a whole
Wait.
lot playable there.
Wait,
And once he got on the ground running and jumping, I don't know.
are you saying your issue was when he was doing the tether pull,
Yeah.
or
And the
when he's
gameplay?
falling
Tetherball?
through actual portals?
Falling through the actual portals, I thought looked intriguing, where it was different styles of worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when he does he throws out the portal and then he goes into it and it's just a different part of the map.
Yeah, that's what
Like-
they were saying. That's what that was. It was him controlling
It's how
for
you
small
move around the
jumps.
map.
It's like little cool jumps, not,
I think-
we're going to a new world. The new world is him falling through, going through the big portal.
Yeah,
And I
but
don't know
that-
if that's something you don't control.
I see what you're saying. I just didn't think it was that impressive.
I mean, I'm just like, this is disjointing.
It
I
was
think
disjointing
I think it
for
would
sure.
be cool for the people who are the fans of this series. I'm like, hey, it's back. There's a lot of fans of that series. So,
Well, they haven't
good
done
for
a
them.
game since they put that movie out, right?
Movie
Like
and
There's
games
a
together.
movie
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a movie in 2016.
16, I believe.
Been a minute for that movie.
And that had a remaster remake thing.
Maybe it was the movie and the remaster that they put out.
They were at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Ratchet and Clank, to me anyways, did not impress.
It wasn't a remaster. It was a remake. A remake and the movie at the same time to bring the story
I
back
thought you were
to
talking
where it
about
was.
the game. I was
Okay.
like, wait, huh?
Yeah.
Another one that was disappointing, like when they announced it, was Hitman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like they announced it, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then like we're gonna show you some gameplay, and it's like, look at this cool building in Dubai, and then you see him go to kill someone. It's like, and see you next time.
End
See you next
scene.
time.
End scene. Gotcha.
Hey guys, play this fucking game.
You're gonna see a building in this game.
It's
pretty
just fucking-
cool.
as a hitman, you just literally just build the buildings. You're just like Fortnite Hitman,
Minecraft too.
Agent 48, construction worker. He always blends in, never gets the kills or the girls.
Just carry a ladder.
He just
and then
actually does his job.
Agent 48 is too deep.
He's lost himself. He's lost in the sauce.
Agent 48, we need you to kill him. No, hang on, I gotta get these windows. My boss is gonna be really mad.
We'll pay you like $1,000. It's like, man, I'm already making. I got a bonus this week.
Dude, I got a wife and kids. No, you don't. No, we literally gave you this identity yesterday. Listen, my name's Rodney. Okay, like, Rodney. I'm literally just trying to get these windows clean. This is the tallest building in the world, man. I'm scared of heights. I don't even know why I took this job because we gave it to you, Agent 48. Stop calling me that. Like I don't fucking understand.
Rodney.
I bet you if I take this scanner, you're gonna beep at the back. Boop! Look at that. You're $48.
No, it's the thing when it's the Oreos. My issue with that is what did they do to his voice? Because it's like a narration, like this high-pitched teenage-ish.
I'm Agent 47.
Yeah. And I'm like,
In my life, it's kind of crazy.
Hey, look.
and then it shows his face talking, and I'm like, whoa, he's supposed to be like deep voice, like suave
Like
man.
this.
He got kicked in the nuts really hard in Dubai.
No
and he
kidding.
Just can't come back.
And it's also weird because, I mean, unless that's just the trailer, but he's been voiced by the same guy in everything since the 90s or whatever.
The same thing happened with Splinter Cell when they made Blacklist, which happened
Yeah, and then
after
everybody
conviction.
got-
But his voice went from being like a 50-year-old man to being a 20-year-old guy. He's like, we're like, I'm Sam Fisher, and then it was like, hey, I'm Sam Fisher. Like that's
I'm
like,
Sam
That's literally
Fisher.
the dramatic difference. Like it
Yeah.
was. Like, I was like, what is this game? Like I can't get around this voice.
I just love thinking about it now. You're like, I'm just cleaning the windows.
But in Ghost Recon, when they had him back for a little bit, they used the original voice again.
Right.
Because everyone
what's wrong
bitched to
with that?
fit, and
Yeah.
they're like, they brought him back. And I know that in the first Hitman game that was like coming back, which was it PS3? I remember because it was a long time, and then they had Hitman coming back. It was Hitman Reborn, maybe.
Might have been PS3.
The more recent, it was PS3 and PS4. They did like some, I can't remember exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was PS4. I'm trying to remember. But they were gonna change his voice, and the outrage was insane, and so they brought the guy back, and then he's been doing it for years. And to get someone who sounds very not like him, and if it's some form of a prequel, it's also weird because, I mean, the games go back to the PS2, like,
Right.
and he was pretty young then.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, that was the one thing that threw me off. I mean, I knew it was going to be a lot of cinematics.
Yeah. Pretty much all cinematics
I just
there.
hate when they go, here's some gameplay. Wow, look at this building. Wow. Agent 48.
Yeah.
And then nothing.
And then literally he's like, nah.
What about Horizon?
I'm
Forbidden West. We saw some of that.
I mean, I've yet to beat the first one. I've played a lot of it. Whenever I play it, I get really lost and just stare at it because it's really pretty.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the graphics are ridiculous, and so I'll just be looking and I'm like, that's so pretty.
What was I supposed to do again?
That is so pretty.
was I supposed
Wait,
to do?
I'm supposed to kill stuff. It's been 3 hours. Shit, I gotta go to bed.
That bush right there, that pretty as fuck.
I know.
That pretty
Literally,
bush.
I'm looking at the grass. 'cause It's
Screenshot.
all red. And I'm like,
Screenshot the bush.
He's going to kill like the robot horse. He's like, damn, that is one sexy horse right there.
That is one sexy grass.
That is so majestic.
Look at how beautiful it looks. Oh shit. And they're just like,
Oh damn! Look how beautiful that blood is.
damn, look at
Robotic horse.
look at the oil coming out of it.
Black oil.
Black.
Yeah.
I'm
Gorgeous.
I'm gorgeous.
There's a bunch of memes circulating around the internet about oil coming up in different countries. Like people just randomly like one dude was like in a school and like oil started spewing out of the ground, and someone was like, "Don't let the U.S. know your location."
We already know.
Like in other countries, as it's happening, oil's literally just coming out from under the ground.
Wow. Everywhere but here.
Everywhere but the U.S. Now we get it before it comes to the surface.
Yeah.
Hey.
We can see that shit miles deep.
We can smell it.
Yeah, well, right here.
Rockefeller's just
We actually drill oil deeper than the ocean. Like that's the crazy thing
hot,
about it.
pull out game week.
I learned something this week.
You did.
guys. Wow.
Learned about
Cool.
oil companies.
A little bit. Yeah.
the random oil pops up and the U.S. is just like, hey, it's free real estate.
It's free real estate. We're gonna buy the property.
Hey, pretty mama, let me whisper. You've got about 15 minutes to get up and clear, or we gonna blow everything.
Like that oil on fire, bitch.
It's young oil.
Okay, Jesus
Horizon.
fucking Christ. Horizon Forbidden West.
I
We were going to
Dead.
talk about that a little
big,
bit.
I played quite a bit of the first game. I like her character. She's a well done character, so it's not annoying to play. The script writing's pretty good. There's a lot I like about it, and it's interesting that like with the characterizations that like a lot of people are obsessed with technology kind of being a religion, and then she's like, this is just fucking data. They're like, oh, it's corrupted, and it's like, data corrupt, please get the files, and they don't know what the fuck that means, and I'm like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So I'm intrigued to see more stuff of that, and obviously I need to beat the game. I'm probably going to take Amy through it because she's intrigued about it, and doing more is nice because Guerrilla was doing first-person shooters forever. And they're like, hey, here's this thing, and then it was fun. So
I thought that the underwater scenes looked pretty good.
I'm not excited about that because water scares the shit out of me in video games.
I will agree with that.
Oh my God, I thought it looked
Something-
cool. Like,
Something, no, I mean, like something about just swimming underwater and you see your bar, and I'm like, I am drowning. I am drowning.
No, that
I am
fucking
he had a
drowning.
rebreather, right?
cannot breathe.
That alligator thing with
Everything-
across your
Wars
face.
shit.
Everything that
fight
goes
stuff
underwater is always in my head. It's the Sonic music. Bloop. You're dead.
That
Nice.
music. I don't know where it started.
Perfect
One of the
rendition.
things that might have done it slightly was Banjo-Kazooie because there's a shark that chases you, and then the fucking thing in Resident Evil 4. The big old
Yeah, the fish.
Delgato or whatever it is.
Delgato thing.
You guys gotta wait till you see the water and
But-
see if these on max settings on your PC. Just saying.
I mean, I was watching some videos and I'm like, I don't want to play that because there's a big old kraken, big old shark.
Kraken, yeah, dude.
Give me 7 hours.
I don't know why in a game it scares the crap out of me.
He's
I don't
downloading
like going
it.
into water.
So are you not gonna play?
oh, I'm gonna play it. I'm
Okay,
just gonna
all
be
right.
scared.
I'm hosting, by the way, Justin.
Okay, cool.
I don't know why, but I'm going to be terrified. The moment that happened, I looked at Amy and I'm like, no.
Well,
I
think
get
of
to be
this.
Scared.
Maybe you can tame the alligator and he'll be your friend. And he's like, come down here. We got.
Then there's going to be there's always a bigger fish, and it will eat me.
Yeah.
What if
Star
you could
Wars
control a whale?
Aquaman now?
Robot whale.
Yep.
Robot whales?
Well,
So
she
it's
like
Jaws with a whale
touches them with
version.
her magic stick, and they're like, blah, 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 and they're like, I work for you now, and you're like,
That's
yeah.
what happens with my magic stick.
That'd be great. Just be like the alligators in Far Cry, but
Work
we're doing
for
that
you
to other
now.
people. Just have like an army of robot alligators coming out of the
Exactly.
water.
Well, that's what it looked like. It felt like it was setting up the same way that Shadow of Mordor did. When they were showing you like controlling all the orcs or whatever, fighting for him. I don't know if you guys.
Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah.
yeah. I played.
Well, like it's like in this. That's how it felt to me when she's riding up or whatever with all those robots. I was like, oh, so maybe it's you form a little clique. It's just you,
I mean,
Right.
you do some
you
of that
and
stuff
some
in the
robo
first game,
animals.
too.
Robo
Yeah.
animals.
I just don't know if you get
Robo animals.
a whole
An army,
crap ton of them.
entourage.
Got it.
Roblox.
Sounds like a crappy Nintendo game.
Robo
Animals.
It's an indie game that we made.
I'm glad to see there'll be a sequel because it's going to be pretty as hell, and I'm just going to look at the
I'm gonna look that up
TV for hours
on
and
it.
never do anything.
So we watched that trailer, obviously, haven't watched the revealed event. And as soon as that got done playing, my wife was like, we're getting a PS5.
Damn.
And I was like, oh, fuck.
She played Horizon?
No, but she wants to. And it's coming to PC.
Yeah.
That
So she could play it anyways. But the second one, obviously, which may come to PC eventually, but
Probably a few years down the line.
right. Because yeah,
Don't want to upset those PlayStation
you
fans.
can't upset those PlayStation guys.
I mean, in the beginning,
kinda
exclusives
rabid.
are going to kind of sell some stuff. So, I mean, I get it.
I'll have fun playing
We're
Spider.
gonna make it exclusive for the first couple of years. Now that we got our sales, now we'll make them. Let's
Y'all have fun playing Halo.
You can
I'll be
play.
playing
You can play
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man on Xbox now. Just Xbox.
What?
Like I keep calling the new PlayStation the PlayStation 4. I'm like, you guys see the new PlayStation 4?
Yeah, dude.
No, you
yeah, the
dummy.
new. Yeah, it's a PlayStation 4.9.
Yeah, it came out in 2013.
You're like, dude, look, the PlayStation's so good they're selling two of them. Look, the big one and the small one, PlayStation 4.
Think about that though. 2013.
Yeah.
How long this thing has been around?
Yeah,
7
this
years.
7-year generation. I mean, that's
And it's
what the
that's about
360 was too.
That was that was the year before I graduated high school.
Oh, sad.
Oh boy.
2013. That was the year I almost
How's that
cut
make
my
you
thumb
feel?
off.
Yep.
That's a
2013. What a year.
Yeah. Troy.
Yep.
year.
Oddworld.
Oddworld. It makes me want to go back and play the old games.
I never played those.
Yeah,
I was
I didn't either.
surprised to see it on PlayStation Stage.
Yeah.
I mean that the Oddworld creator has not had a relationship with the guys at Xbox, it would seem, for
Yeah,
a while.
certainly.
So I guess he's jumped ship and taken his creative endeavors to PlayStation side.
Sad to
What
see
did
it
you
go.
think about it?
I thought it looked really good, and I thought it's gonna bring more story to a game that already has a bunch of story and lore. Mm-hmm. And it was really creepy to see Abe cut his little like tied mouth thing open.
Yeah.
That like grossed me out. I don't know if anybody
So
else
have you been
saw
like
that.
a fan
didn't
of the
see it.
series for a while? Have you
I must have
played?
missed that.
I played them as a kid. I don't remember much about them, but I know I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's about the end of it. I know I liked Abe's Odyssey. Yeah. And I played quite a bit of it, but I don't remember anything about it.
Yeah.
Besides that it was fun.
Yeah.
I started playing a little bit of because they did like some remasters or some ports of some stuff, and that's what kind of brought the steam back for it.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, because it's got a
It's got a
shockingly
pretty
large fan.
Yeah.
for sure.
base.
Rachel, when we watched that trailer, Rachel was like, "I don't know this."
Yeah.
and I was like, people actually really like this
Yeah.
game."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because I mean, it's interesting. Is it's a kind of like just a real time puzzle solving thing. In each little square, you got to do this crazy stuff because you're just trying to keep your people alive as you're solving these death puzzles.
yeah.
So it's got a lot going for it. I mean,
Do you know the story of the first game?
I even though I've been an Xbox fan for so many years, like, did not play any of those games.
Off his
Nope.
head.
Nope.
So
destroy him.
the Abe starts basically a quest to stop, or they are slaves, right?
Okay.
And they get paid in food.
Okay.
Well, there's too many slaves and not enough food, so now they're starting. Abe overhears a conversation of the higher ups that they're starting to use Abe's people as they're grinding them into food for Abe's people.
That's
Process.
That's what starts this whole thing off.
okay.
Snowpiercer.
And from there, Abe tries to start,
Carol
getting
Baskin.
out basically and saving all of his people.
Right.
Pretty cool.
Okay.
They're really weird looking people.
Yeah. I mean, I thought
funky
they were
aliens.
aliens.
Yeah.
I mean, they're
Maybe
like
they're
completely inept because they just listen to everything he says and then they just die willingly.
Story of my life.
I mean, there is like a cool story about the original. There was a blind dude who learned the sounds of the game and was able to play and beat the whole thing just by following how the sounds of the
Dude,
level
that's
went.
actually
That's cool. That's
that means
super
this
cool.
the sound developers like did it right.
Right.
The sound
Right.
engineers really.
It was just like,
Because I don't
A
think
blind
there's very
person
much
was able to
music in the
navigate through our
original.
game.
I told you, graphics, your stuff was shit.
What if it was like one of those counter-based games where you have to like Assassin's Creed? They actually like are able to do it like. "Ting."
Justin,
Yes.
you liked Bugsnax quite a bit. Let's
Who
hear.
the fuck said I like Bugsnax?
I
on your
loved
list.
Bugsnax.
It's on your list.
It's on your list. Now look at Bugsnax. That's the stupidest.
It was so dumb.
Listen to Justin. Listen to this rant.
It'll be fun for
listen to
children.
Let's just take a minute, and I just want to say to the developers, like, hey, you did it. You made it to PlayStation. Good job. What the fuck were you thinking?
It's the guy that made Octodad.
Who the fuck is Octodad? Oh, okay.
Pretty popular.
It all
indie
makes
game.
sense when you
It's
realize that
stupid.
it was by the developers of Octodad.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like, no, I'm gonna, hello there. I'm gonna eat this little bugger. Boop. Oh, my hand's a cheeseburger. Like, what the fuck is happening?
It was
Guys, I
was
need
an
help.
acid
I got
trip
my
for
wiener
sure.
I
arms.
thought this was
the
like,
wiener arms thing was fucking
What?
funny.
I didn't-
All right,
I didn't
thought
watch
that
it.
was fucking.
I thought the whole trailer was funny because it must have been a joke. I was like, I was waiting for like the psych and then like,
it's like GTA 6.
GTA 6.
Just waiting for Kratos to come out and like rip off their
oh
heads.
my god, I would
be
have had,
funny.
I would have had the most awkward boner if that fucking happened.
It wouldn't have been awkward. It would have just been boner.
Corey sends you a text. You're welcome.
Boy.
I just
Read it.
it's just, sometimes it's, you sit there and you go, you thought this game was a good idea. I can see it. That I don't get it. They meet and they go,
It's art.
It's hard.
so guys, I was coming up with this idea, I'm living at home right now, so
Why are you
I was-
acting all feminine?
I'm like,
What's going on?
You chill the fuck out and let me give my
story.
speech.
All right, go ahead.
All right, we get together, we're just sitting here and I'm just thinking to myself, what is a good game? Right? And you type it up, and so think of it this way. So let's say Colin over here eats this cheeseburger and his foot turns into a cheeseburger. It's kind of quirky. I know it's different. You never heard about it before. So then like
Doing the lip smacks and everything, dude. You're getting more into it. What is going on?
it's called developing a character. I know
You developed it as you went on.
You wouldn't know anything about that, okay?
All right, go ahead.
I
Go
didn't
ahead.
say that. Don't put words in my mouth. Stop it. So then let's say, like Phil has Phil, what's your favorite food?
It varies.
Donuts.
Sushi and pizza.
All right,
Reuben
so
sandwiches.
let's say Phil
steak.
gathers like a few of these kind of bugs that look like sushi and steak and pizza rolls or
Bugs look like food. Okay.
It's called The Bug's Life, sweetie. Look it up.
Dude, did you not watch the trailer?
I told you
describing
I did it.
He's describing us exactly how the game goes. So
I thought that was the trailer.
ahead.
It's
Carry on.
Animal Crossings, but all the animal. It's okay. It's Animal Crossing where you play as the people character, and then all the animals in the world are just food as animals.
Okay,
and then you eat
got it.
them, and then that appears
So like
on your body.
cows.
But it's like
Fuck off!
and that in the industry is what we like to call a checkmate. So
The cow goes, "Fuck you."
No. So like in the beginning of the trailer, there's a little tiny strawberry, and the strawberry flips upside down and runs,
it's a
runs on its
buggy.
leaves,
Ew.
and it's a straw bug. It's a strawberry bug.
Okay, I get it now. Yeah,
I thought this was
playing
just
around.
like some weird.
Go ahead.
bug
Continue
fight.
your pitch. That already happened.
But
You-
walrus.
You just had the most
Steve
accurate
Irwin.
spit. It hit me like right here.
I spit on you.
Rona.
So we.
Nothing but net.
COVID-19.
Nothing but lip, as you always
Okay,
say.
so
He goes back in that voice.
go on,
Master Wayne.
Justin, please, if
So-
you would like to tell us about Bugsnax.
So that's the pitch. I mean,
Oh, okay.
I mean, literally, like, listen. Just I know what you're getting at, but like, just listen. So when you eat, you turn into what you eat. You are what you eat. Everyone's like, "Oh, go on a diet, Sherry," and I'm like, "No, I don't need one." So I decided, let's make a game about that fat bitch Carol, so I can show her that she is what she eats.
Yeah, you a bunch of pizza. You a pizza pie,
You
girl.
a piece of bitch. Is
So this game, you eat fucking bugs and you become into what?
You slowly turn
into a bug,
the bugs that you're
into
eating.
a giant bug.
I don't know because
dumb as shit.
I'm a strong bug
I
pizza.
mean, he ate a burger and didn't he grow wiener arms?
So yeah, he eats I assume hot dogs, and he goes, "Hey, can you?" He goes up to the human character, I guess, one of the people in the world. He goes up to the human character, and he's like, "Hey, can you come to the town to help us? Because I kicked over a lantern because I'm clumsy because of my wiener arms, and now it's on fire." And like,
Imagine if this shit happened in real life.
very fucking
don't
funny, but also
Don't
stupid.
Don't think
literally-
about it as animated. Think about it if it was real right now. Like I fucking ate a pizza. My fucking hand just turned into a pizza slice.
like, yeah, but would it be like your whole hand or just like
Oh, it would be.
It depends.
Just from here down.
That's what I'm saying.
Hand.
So like,
go.
Yeah,
Whack you with a pizza slap.
would it be
Boom,
like,
pizza slap.
now would it be hard or be like just flop over like an actual pizza slice? And then so like when you move your arm,
Would it
like-
hurt? Would you feel pain?
Well,
Like
that's, well, that's what I'm saying. Like when you
Depends
move,
upon his mood, man. He's
so think
got
of
to
it this.
perform.
Well, think like if he hits me, boom, right? Pizza on skin contact. Chill out. Pizza on skin contact. And as he's pulling, cheese and stuff starts to fall off. Is that his skin? And it's just slowly ripping. And he's like, I guess not a pepperoni pizza.
So what do you have to do? Like put your arm in an oven to harden?
Okay, I think we're getting way too in depth. Are we?
Are we?
Well, Oz fucking Dad.
now,
Guys, it's just a bullshit game
If
made
I
by
eat-
Octodad where you control the squid arms. It's just
now if
they
I
smoked a bunch of crack and said, "Here's Animal
They
Crossing."
did it already when they made Octodad.
now if I eat ingredients, but not the
Okay.
full pizza,
Right.
do I turn into the pizza?
Yes.
Dough, tomato, pizzerino. You know what I'm saying?
I saw a post the other day, and it was like, hey, can you cook now? And the person was like, yeah, I made a tomato based puree smothered over with certain kind of cheese smothered over a cooked whatever bread or wheat bread or whatever. And you're like, oh my god, that sounds so good. And it's just a fucking pizza slice. They're like, what the fuck?
Got him. You basic.
Got him.
Okay, Justin, you also had Godfall.
Yeah. So
God of War?
I
Is that what it is?
I saw when I saw
Halfway there.
I heard you'll be facing the gods, and I'm like, oh my god.
Oh my God, here we go!
You know the
waited!
pre-workout hits like the fucking like thunderstruck
yeah.
Thunderstruck goes through your body.
right? And it's like Godfall, and I was like, what the fuck? So I don't know if you guys know what Godfall is at all. Okay, you do.
Ooh,
I didn't.
I am not familiar.
I thought
Kinda,
Godfall
sorta.
looked good. They
Looks
actually had already talked about that at the Game Awards.
Game Awards, yeah.
Yeah.
And it looked good at the Game Awards. I thought it looked good again at this event.
I like the idea behind it because, like, I've played Borderlands with my wife, Diablo with my wife, and I'm like, man, I'd like a third person hack and slash co-op.
well, the cool. Yeah, I was gonna say because you can do solo, duo, or trio in these. So
I'm doubting, but I'm hoping they're split screen because I want to play with my wife.
Well, what do you mean solo, duo, or trio? Is it like
you can. It's like so the way. Because I watched today, I watched them talk about, or the developer talk more about the game, and it seems almost like Destiny, in a sense where like you go to a certain,
Hub world, basically.
I guess, 'cause
Yeah.
it's like different,
And go to
it seems
do
like different
missions?
mythologies or whatever. So then you go and you fight. Seems like what regular like beat 'em up characters, and then you face like the god or whatever in the area, and you beat them, and you get cool loot. So it really came off as Destiny to me. So I think you can with swords and magical god power.
So I started blasting.
With swords? What?
Destiny comes back in.
I thought you said so. Thor started blasting. Just imagine, you and your buddies are just
Thor's pistol? He's famous for his pistol, right?
Mjolnir, bitch. I went.
I mean, if you think about it, a more modern Thor could just like turn that hammer into a Glock. Like, oh, you need me to reload?
3 on
All right,
burst.
come on.
You're not worthy. It's just
Here, catch. Oh, you dropped it.
You're not worthy. The safety's on.
I'll take it.
So
Click, click.
Boom.
it just seems like something different, I guess. It's nice. It's nice to see you use the sword and shield versus space.
So it actually looked a
final
lot
frontier.
to me like a failed 360 game called Too Human. It was based on like cyber mythology and kind of that same, a similar aesthetic to what Godfall was going for. So I really hope this game does not end up like Too Human because people fucking hated that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that went through development hell for like
It did.
12 years.
It did.
Well,
But
this
with-
is supposed to come out later this year.
Yeah.
That'd be.
I mean, from when I was first doing some research on the Godfall, it was kind of like Destiny crossed with Dark Souls is what they were kind of talking about. And then co-op.
okay. Yeah.
It's basically just a loot-a-thon
Looter slash
with hack and slash co-op play, which I like the idea because I'm like, I want a
Schlusher.
third-person action, like loot 'em up, basically. Because
Yeah.
Loot 'em up.
I don't really think there's that many like loot-heavy third-person hack and slash action type things.
No,
It's
not
like Diablo, but that's the top down, and then
Yeah.
everything else is shooters.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, because For Honor technically wouldn't fall into your category.
Because I mean, like even like Dark Souls, that's all pre-made. It's not like, oh, get all this random stuff. Here's your purple items, your orange items.
Right.
I just hope it's like not one of those, because a lot of it, I mean, I know they were just showing stuff off, but it would seem like, you know, you get this armor, that's the one. It's not like a bunch of mixed stuff. Just that's how it came off.
Yeah.
And I just hope it's not like, here are your 3 characters, pick them.
Right.
Because I know they only showcased 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah.
The Anubis guy they seem to show more, or the guy that looked like, I don't know. I might give it a try.
I would imagine in the trailers they try to make it more uniform when it comes to like armors and stuff. So it's not like, hey, it's my ass kicking outfit, bitch.
Yeah.
It's just like every random piece of crap, high quality, but it's like,
I think
this
it
is
would be
pink,
funny.
This is blue. Here's a bow tie. Here's my bad glasses and my sneakers.
Well,
that
that's what
don't
I'm
fit,
saying. So,
but
like,
they
imagine
give me
it.
plus 10 defense. Fuck you.
Right? They're explaining how it's a looter slasher, and you get like the 2 guys that are all like beefed out and like the coolest ones, and you got the guy that's got like the mixed shit. You know, like half broken shield, a rusty spoon as a sword, and he's like, "All right,
Like Rusty.
where's the guy?" And this fucking like 3 million feet high god drops down. He's like, "Really? You couldn't come better prepared? This spoon?"
Rusty Spoon just makes me think of salad fingers.
That's what I'm saying.
I like Rusty Spoon.
I like it when the red water runs.
You've practiced that a little too.
I think
It's not a hard voice
sounds
to
like
do.
somebody that would go into a Call of Duty lobby and talk like that to people.
Give me
Show up
your
at their doorstep.
cell phone
I had-
numbers.
Turn around and say hello.
All right, we're cutting that out. So I want to give our listeners nightmares to listening in bed.
Colin Giffy.
If you're listening to the audio,
Like me, sometimes I listen to podcasts when I go to sleep, and that's not something I'd like to hear.
I just want you guys to
Go
know.
to sleep, Colin.
I don't listen to my own podcast when I go to sleep.
That would just
I
be.
want to fall asleep listening to my own.
Who the
voice.
get through it?
Fuck listens to their own podcast while they're sleeping. That'd be totally weird.
Totally weird.
It's not like I got all the sections I speak in like cut out specifically to put back to back to back to back.
Back to back to back. Hey, Colin.
Wait, are you saying you're so boring you put yourself to sleep?
No, there's a thing. There's a difference.
him.
There's a difference. It's a
Now-
relaxing comfort thing.
No, he's right. No, he got me. He called tomato a paste. You know what I'm saying?
That is a good
Anything more to say about Godfall?
I'm excited.
Like,
Dude,
but
It
not-
looked cool. I think it looked cool.
great. Split screen online, you, me, and my wife.
Oh,
That is the. Sounds like a third wheel.
Split screen threesome. All right.
Squeaky wheel gets the oil. That's all I'm saying.
You'll be the one who has the spoon.
Bitchin'.
What the fuck?
Dude, I will rock the fuck out of that spoon.
Imagine that's
I
like one of
bet
the
you
best
will.
What just happened?
Okay,
Downhill.
we're gonna move on.
If it's a
from
little
that.
spoon or
I
if it's a
think
big spoon, I can handle both ways. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
We might have a date.
All right, listen.
Whoa.
Philip,
Yes.
you like Demon Souls, and let's talk
Remastered?
about that.
Yes.
Is it remastered or is it?
No,
No, it's like
no.
a total revamp.
All right.
Yeah, it's a
'Cause I looked into
So-
some of it, but I didn't.
I made notes on my phone because I would be prepared.
Oh, yeah.
So way back in, was it
Back in 05.
2009?
Okay.
When it was first coming out.
Yep.
Yep.
I first heard about it in the old Game Informer back when that was actually a good magazine.
Damn.
And they had like this little
miss
thing,
those.
and they're like, "Here's this really fucking hard game that's gonna be awesome."
Okay.
And I remember getting it. Like I went through all this stuff with family members, but like, this is what I want for my birthday.
Yeah.
My aunt came and was like, "Here's $20, go get the game." And then eventually my dad picked it up and was like, "Here's your fucking game." But not really. He was nice about it. That's stupid piece of shit.
Everybody want to talk about El Diablo.
Throws the game at him.
Stop fucking crying, happy fucking game.
Hey, go fetch.
He pops the disc out and just.
If it survives, it survives.
He puts Wii bowling in the
Gotcha, fucker.
Only the strongest
I want to do
survive.
that to my kids if actual copies are still a thing.
third copy.
Like I'll
my
find a friend that
God.
just puts all their discs in one of those little cases that holds all their discs, and just like I don't need the actual case anymore. I'm like I got something to do with this. Reseal it with some fire.
Fire.
Burn the case. Burn it. Mold it back together.
Just get a fucking
Have a little opening.
get a torch.
Can't even open it. What are you doing? You can't even open up the case.
This is devolving.
Welcome to the crazy train of thought. My name's Justin, and I'll be your conductor.
I'm the conductor.
Ryan took a break.
Ryan sat back for a good while.
Ryan, I'm the conductor now.
All right. Let's get back.
All right.
Moment when I
Get
wish
back
you
to
would
it.
have Borderlands quote of "I'm the conductor of the poop
All right,
train."
back to Demon Souls.
Yeah, back to Demon Souls. Let's hear
So
it.
pick it up way back in 2009.
Want to re-say that?
Pick it way back up. Get it, play it, and then this was back even when like because this I remember when I got it and I was playing a hack and slash. I might have played something of Devil May Cry, the Dynasty Warriors and stuff. So like those ones. And then this was one of the earlier ones that actually started using the triggers for stuff versus the face buttons. And I was like, whoa. And then I played it and I'm like, shit, this is hard but awesome. And I still personally like it more than the Dark Souls games due to certain things in it. Like, it was way more fair. It didn't get to crazy levels of bullshit.
Yeah.
From what I remember, it had the best hitboxes. So it wasn't like, oh, this dude missed, and then he actually hits you.
Right.
And the boss design was way better. In the new games, it's like dodge, hit, dodge, hit, dodge, hit, dodge, hit, dodge, hit. And you're just in like a little room.
Yeah.
Where every boss in that game was a puzzle. The first boss is super hard to fight until you learn that you use fire on it, which throughout the level as you get to them, they're giving you fire stuff. You throw fire at it, things pop off, and you can kill it easily. The best boss that kicked the shit out of me, because I'm like, this dude's so fat. He's hopping all over the place and kicking the crap out of you. In the beginning video, he's got these wrappings around his eye. And he pops off the wall. He's blind. So if you are quiet, you can sneak around and hit him. And I'm like, that's fucking awesome. So, like,
you're talking about a time when game development was inventive. Philip.
Yeah.
And I missed that time.
I don't know. I'm thinking of Shadow of Colossus.
Yeah. There's a there's a
Speaking
level.
of, it's the same people.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Blue Point Games is doing the remake. Okay. Because it's a full from the ground up remake. And they did the remake, not remaster, but remake on PS4 of Shadow of the Colossus.
Isn't Demon Souls a lot like Dark Souls in a sense?
It was the game before it.
Yeah, so it was like, it was.
It's the same people.
That's what I thought. I just wasn't
Exact
entirely
same
sure.
people.
Okay.
So think of it as you can see the Demon Souls, whereas in Dark Souls you can't see them.
They're too dark.
Yeah.
But again,
Can't shed light on it.
The other thing that was, I mean,
That's why I love you.
yeah,
All right.
some of the stuff I liked more about it was the world design, because when it went to Dark Souls, it was this is one big level, and I didn't really like that because the other thing was it had multiple archstones, kind of like in Bloodborne, and you go to that place, you go through the level, and it progresses, and as you're progressing through the level, it's kind of teaching you what the boss might be like, what to expect, giving you little things, and then when you see a boss and it's something crazy, they always have a weakness, and it's a puzzle. Second boss is this massive tower knight. You're like, how the fuck do I beat that? His head is his weakness. You hit his ankles, he falls over.
Okay.
And then, so the only thing that was kind of less bad in the game, and like people were going into some of the fixes, there's not a lot that needs to be changed, but things can be made better. The healing system and the magic system both were a little broken.
Okay.
The magic is evidently insanely OP. I didn't get that heavy into it, but if you build some weapons, you can like 2-hit bosses because the magic damage that people are not resistant to is insane.
Right.
Then the healing system is you heal by grass, which is an item, and there's different ones, and you can hold up to 99 of those. So you can just farm and have a fuck ton of grass to heal yourself with versus a little Estus flask.
Just like
So
Colorado.
people are, yes, exactly.
Wow.
So people are hoping that maybe they'll change that up to be a bit more Dark Souls, which I'm like,
Yeah.
that would help. Another thing that would be good for them to fix is in that one, none of the others, there was an item burden. There's an equip burden, so what you equip makes you slower, but then you had an inventory limit of how much you could hold.
Okay.
And I never really ran into many issues with that because it was the back and forth was easy, but it also doesn't add anything having it.
Right.
It wasn't like, oh, this is Resident Evil. You got your 8 spaces. You really got to be careful. And that's the point.
Yeah.
It's just annoying. So getting rid of it wouldn't change much in terms of the difficulty. It was more just a hindrance, not, oh, this is a big thing.
Right.
The armor design, a lot of it I liked. This game definitely had the best of the sound design. Like They went really ham with this one, and the next one was just like, we have a bigger budget. And Also, it doesn't sound like you're having an orgasm when you get hit in this one, and in Dark Souls, it does.
Bummer.
Giant fucking dragon hits you. Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
You're not far off.
I'm going to be honest. If I had to fight a dragon and hit me, I'd be like, harder, daddy. So he'd be like, wait, what?
Wait, what? Surprise attack.
That's pretty close to Dark Souls, but then they're just like, yes, okay, and then they kill you.
There's literally a tree in Dark Souls that has, like, it's a herpy tree. You got to go underneath it, hit it. It's like got literally herpy bubbles, and you got to attack those. Seriously, it's literally an enemy in Dark Souls.
That's how you get rid of
First
herpes.
You just got to attack every little.
You just get a little knight and put him under your
gotta-
attack, and then he just kills the bubbles.
You got to find
Dodge and roll, buddy. Dodge and roll.
Dodge and roll. Now we're going back into South Park.
Yeah, it's a South Park
Pinch and roll.
testicle battle.
Another thing that was, another one of the things that was big in Demon Souls that you didn't really know about unless you did research into it is a thing called world tendency, which they never did in the other games.
Okay.
But there is a neutral level of how the worlds are.
Okay.
And then there is plus or minus 10 levels good, 10 levels bad. Now, when the game was coming out, they're like, oh yeah, when you die, the game gets harder. What that is when you die in human form, the game goes down a level into the darkness. So therefore, enemies are tougher. They give you better rewards, blah, 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 blah. And that was kind of the draw of the game. And then it's like, oh, you go down 10 levels. These doors open. These NPCs show up. There's these giant celestial slugs that you can find that give these magic items if you're down like 10 levels.
So if you suck.
No, to get to that point, you have to be doing
like.
it on purpose. Because it's because when you kill bosses, do certain things, it goes up. So it kind of is varying.
So it doesn't want you to beat the game without dying.
I mean, you can. I mean, that's just.
I'm just confused.
It's just events. It's like a thing that just happens.
Yeah, you didn't die at this game? Well, you missed out on a lot.
I mean, kind of.
You're doing too good.
You did too good. You suck.
I mean, also, this was the game that also kind of started making New Game Plus bigger because you could just keep going through it. And I had more fun with this one because the levels were better segmented. It felt more fun, and like this is the one that I beat multiple times. I never beat any of the other ones because it got to be a chore, and I'm like, you're throwing stuff in my face, and I have to learn about it. Whereas in Demon Souls, everything you miss doesn't matter. You can just go looking for it and find cool things. Whereas in Dark Souls, it's like, hey, if you don't do this, everything else is going to suck. Oh, in Bloodborne, you have like 5 different bosses and 5 different endings, but if you don't do this specific thing, this is going to suck, that's going to suck, and you have to do it this way, otherwise you're fucked.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, why? Whereas in Demon Souls, it's like, oh, just get to the end, you have 2 choices. And it's like, oh, hey, what if I want to do this? Oh, well, then just go off and do it. And then, like, Demon Souls, because I don't know if you guys know about before, but it's from Kingsfield, which is a PlayStation game. They made 3 PS1 games called Kingsfield, which was same insane difficulty in this crazy lore with the dragons and all the weapons and stuff.
Okay.
And so they kind of pulled some of that into Demon Souls. So they have characters and lore and like little Easter eggs. Like there's a random sword from the old games you can find. So it kind of had just cool little Easter eggs because I had a roommate who this was like his favorite series was Kingsfield. So he's like telling me all this stuff and we're finding it. And I'm like, dang, that's really cool.
Yeah.
But the only thing the game really needs is just some quality of life improvements. There's nothing drastic to change. And I think it'll be fantastic. I mean, even if it's remade and it's exactly the same, it's going to be great.
You're going to shit when you ride a unicorn into battle.
It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. Please, no one else, believe me.
I'm already decided that I'm getting a PS5 specifically for Demon Souls. I'll be getting it for other things, but that was when I'm like, fuck yeah. Because I've been wanting a remaster ever since people were like, this should be remastered. I'm like, right, do it. I want to play it again. And then now they're doing it. And
Do it.
see if I have anything
Release
else.
your anger.
We have the best releasing anger ever.
We have the best releasing game I've ever seen. Trump administration.
That's right. 2 things to add.
Okay.
COVID-19.
So with Blue Point doing it, they added some secrets to Shadow of the Colossus that people speculated about. There was like doors and little things around that people were like, is there something here? And there wasn't.
Right.
But they added stuff there later in their remake. Like there's this door that you can never get to in the PS2 game. And they added a thing when you do this crazy boss stuff, you open it and you get a new sword. And it does like this cool crazy stuff. So they added things that fans wanted in the original, like the
Master
Easter
Sword.
eggs.
So this is Demon Souls : cool crazy stuff.
What?
That's what the remake is called?
No, it's just Demon Souls
Oh.
remake. I'm just talking about in Shadow of the Colossus, they added stuff that people were speculating about when they played the PS2 game. 'Cause
Okay.
there was like hidden
Gotcha.
doors and stuff that had nothing in them. They were just there because in those old games, you just had stuff that was there and it didn't do anything because it was placed.
But are you telling me they're going to do that in Demon Souls?
That's the hope.
Okay,
Because in
gotcha.
Demon Souls, there were 6 archstones that get you to worlds. And the 6th one was broken because it's called the Land of the Giants. It's this winter world, and it was cut due to time. There is stuff from it, like in the game files, because people emulated it on the PC, and they went to those places. So there's some stuff there. And so people are hoping that maybe they'll add that, which they could. It would make sense because they've added stuff before.
Yeah.
And people also think because in the trailer, like in the beginning, there's big mountain, lots of snow. There's kind of a similar shot in the original, but it's not as snowy. So people are like, are they going to add the Land of the Giants? Which, why not? It's there. They could add it.
They'll cut it for time again.
This is a remake.
Yeah, they'll cut it for time. We gotta get it out. We gotta get it out of PS5 launch.
There's not enough time.
Maybe.
Okay. That was a good history. I know more about Demon Souls than I wanted to. Thank you, Philip.
Again, you said
I did.
Make notes.
I did.
Get stuff, and I'm like,
Absolutely.
okay.
Thank you.
I really want to talk about this. I love
Yes.
Demon Souls.
No,
so
that's good.
Let me be smart about it.
I want to be educated.
We gotta take a break.
Edumacated.
We gotta take a break. Okay, it's break time.
From the galactic depths of the comic book universe comes the ghosts of the Stratosphere, ready to galvanize and energize your mind with the latest of comic book news and reviews. And why are you stopping?
Yes, that's much better. Hi, this is Andy Larson for Ghosts of the Stratosphere. Join me every week along with my co-hosts Rob Stewart and Chad Smith, as well as a cavalcade of fantastic comic book guests as we dish out heaping helpings of the greatest and latest of comic book news and reviews. You can find us under Ghosts of the Stratosphere as well as on our website www.gotstratosphere.com. Hope to see you soon, folks.
All right, welcome back, everybody, from break. We're going to do a little bit different show here. Most of the time we would be doing the news right now, but there are so many games to get to that we just have to continue talking about games. So I hope you like the first segment, because the second segment's going to be a lot like that. Solid.
I hope you like the first segment because it's gonna be the same shit all over
the same
again.
shit.
All right, let's talk about Resident Evil Village.
I just repeat every game. All right, Sackboy.
Demon Souls.
So the most weird name fucking ever for a video game, Sackboy. A Big Adventure.
Sackboy, a big adventure.
Sackboy.
That was in the PS5 reveal event.
Which I'm not getting a PS5.
I would have
used to
thought
play
the
it.
Snacks game would be a weirder name.
All right, whatever.
Snack Bug.
Snack Bug.
I mean, but Sackboy is the person that stars in Little Big Planet, right?
Yes.
The Sack Man, as
I
it
played
were.
the first three Little Big Planet games, and they were usually 2D platform games.
This
So you're running across, 3D.
Except some
Yeah.
crazy
Still,
BS.
it's a platform.
Side-scrolling platform.
Side-scrolling platform game. But this one basically was like, you know how Mario was originally a side-scrolling platform?
Yes.
They fucking basically Mario 64 this shit.
Yes.
So instead of Mario 64, they Mario PS5'd it.
Yeah.
So
It'll actually be more
it
like
is now.
New Super Mario 3D World.
Yeah,
That's what people
yeah, that's kind of what it's like.
too.
But like, I don't think it looks that interesting. Like, I wanted a Little Big Planet 4 with a little bit more better mechanics, a little more customization, things like that. But instead, they made it like 3D. Which
In a story
was there
game.
anything in it about like customizing levels or anything like that? Because that was my favorite thing to fucking do.
Yeah.
Because that's why it's not Little Big Planet. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's just
Sackboy adventure.
It's just an adventure.
Yeah, which
game.
I don't like that. Like, we don't need like a Mario 3D world.
Sack up, man.
I mean, the only thing I can say that one thing I did like, and this goes into the whole event, was that they showed a very varied type of game. So, hey, here's your platformers for the family. And one thing that Little Big Planet did do really good, because I mostly played the levels because I was not so great at making them, because it takes a long time.
We just dicked around. We
Yeah.
didn't make any
The platforming in the actual levels was really good. They did really well on the platforming. So just being platforming, going kind of Super Mario 3D world, I think is good. The only thing I was disappointed with is he still doesn't actually look like a textured thing. The textures are shit.
Yeah, they are.
It should be good in PS5. Hopefully they improve a little bit. That's the only thing that I'm like, guys, the textures should look a lot better than the PS3 version. I get it's a kid's game, but come on, give us some pixels.
It's right, you're not even trying. Like, even Yoshi's Woolly World looked like textures.
Yeah,
and you can't pull that off on the PS5. Like, holy shit.
Well, one dude, but like one dude, that's probably what.
They didn't take advantage of it. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
They just decided, let's do something else with a Little Big Planet instead of actually making a good game. I don't think it's going to be good at all. I think it's going to get bad reviews.
Who made Little Big Planet?
Oh,
Media Molecule?
Yeah, Molecule. Are they making this one?
Don't know.
Oh. I didn't check.
Yeah, I didn't get to see who was doing it at the end of the segment that they showed. I don't know. That wasn't the worst thing, I didn't think, at the Sony's.
It is not being made by Sumo Digital.
It's just not what I wanted from another Little Big Planet game.
Right.
Like literally like 3 weeks ago, I was looking up another Little Big Planet. I was like, is another Little Big Planet game going to be announced? I didn't see anything. And then they had this. I was like, oh, there is kind of.
Technically.
So I don't know what they're planning on doing with it.
They almost GTA 5'd you.
Yeah, they almost did.
I mean, it could be fun. Did Little Big Planet 3.
I didn't see enough of the gameplay and like different mechanics. Like every game of Little Big Planet introduced a new mechanic, like grappling hooks, and then you have like more of like a top-down thing that you could do where you were actually like there was one where there's like literally a zombie mode. Like you run around, you have guns and everything, and you shoot there's zombies in it. That was really fun. It was one of my favorite things. It was a custom map that somebody made.
Yeah.
But still, like all the custom maps and everything like that. So I really hope they make a custom mode for this, because if they don't, I'm definitely not going to play. I mean,
I don't think that's
what on PlayStation 5.
Honestly, this is just an adventure game for people who just. I mean, they want a Mario on PlayStation, and that's what this is.
That's what it is.
Good point. Good point.
I don't know if there's more to really say about the PS5 event unless you guys have too much else.
Looping game, the Assassin Loop game.
Well, we saw that at the Game Awards last year.
Oh, really?
That's Bethesda's Arcane's game. Bethesda's publishing that.
Yeah.
And
it looks cool, though.
It looks cool.
Yeah, no, I mean, so what the trailer it wasn't really a trailer, it was more of a cinematic thing at the Game Awards. What this one did, the Deathloop, like it looked like we got some actual gameplay.
We're talking about Quantum League, right?
No, we're talking about Deathloop.
Deathloop. Okay, that's not the one I was thinking of. Sorry.
I mean, Quantum Leap also, was that not
Quantum
League?
League. Quantum League.
That one also looked cool.
Yeah.
But Deathloop is the Arcane game.
Okay.
That looks a lot like Dishonored.
Yeah.
In the way that it plays from what they showed anyways. And I mean, I've been excited about this game since December when they talked about it.
Yeah.
And they showed some more stuff off. It looked more like, because I wasn't sure what that game was when they announced it in 2019 at the Game Awards. And I thought, was this a 2-on-2 battler? Like, is it battle royale on an island, just 1v1 basically? Is that all this is?
1v1 me, bro.
Yeah, like, which is cool. But no, they showed a story where your character is killing NPCs, and like there is at least some sort of setup for why the characters are on the island and why you're being hunted. And
yeah, it seems that he's some sort of assassin, but he's in a death loop. If he gets killed, it resets. But it also seems that maybe with the story, he just comes back to life. So he's trapped on the island, and then people pay to come to the island to kill him.
Right. Yeah, that is what it seemed like.
It just keeps going through. And then from the trailer, it looked like there might be the ability to hop in the game as a different assassin.
Yeah, so there's his arch nemesis basically is a woman, and it seemed like at the very end of the trailer that people would have the opportunity to jump in and play as that character. It's a little bit like, or I guess it reminded me of what they are doing with Doom's campaign, because you can turn on in Doom Eternal, you can turn on in the campaign the ability for other people to jump into your game as demons, and that looked pretty similar to the kind of setup that that it is doing with Doom.
Now, I am slightly curious because some people were making comments that like they thought it would be cool if there was multiplayer, like someone jumping in, but they weren't sure. And I'm like, I thought they showed that in the trailer. So maybe they were thinking that you're just going in and then killing yourself. So I don't know if maybe there was something they said where it isn't multiplayer. So I don't know.
I mean, the first part of the trailer to me didn't look multiplayer. Like it looked like a
I'm talking
singular
about with
guy.
that second thing coming in, the person popping in, like you're in the screen jumping down and then killing the dude that loops.
Right.
But some people were saying something about not having multiplayer. So I don't know if, for me, the trailer makes it seem like there's multiplayer.
Yeah, I thought so
I don't
too.
know if maybe they said something that there isn't. And it's just like one thing that could be interesting is if like you go through and then you get killed, it starts over and then the game is like doing what you did and then you could hop in and kill yourself.
Right.
Maybe.
Right.
I don't know. I would think it'd be cooler to have another player pop in and be like,
Yeah, I agree.
But I don't know.
I think my favorite thing about that trailer was the guy doing the voiceover.
Yeah.
Who I assume voices that character. I liked that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was awesome for sure.
Intrigued.
Yeah, that Deathloop looks good. It looked good last year. It still looks good.
Don't care about Gran Turismo.
No, like that was maybe one of the ones that
It looks like old Gran Turismo.
It looks like the most beautiful game I have zero interest in playing.
Other
like,
than the textures.
I don't know. Fine, sure. Yeah, release a car game. I'm fine with that. Like,
I mean, there are people who love that series.
I do love the older Gran Turismos, and this one looks like that. I won't play it because it's PlayStation.
Right.
But
I don't know. But nothing
I hate
about
saying that, but-
like from the cockpit view, to the way it looks like it controls, like, yeah.
I mean,
It's a
think
racing
about,
sim.
Think
I mean,
about
that's
how
what it
many
is.
people buy
Nothing
the
about
football
that.
games and the basketball games and the baseball games. All the same people were like, I love it so much.
I would maybe say Gran Turismo's slightly more niche than those,
Yeah.
but sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen the forums where people freak out over these games. It has a market for some reason.
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason they just keep putting out Forza games every year.
Yeah.
Like people keep playing them.
And I mean,
I'm not saying people won't play Gran Turismo. I'm saying it did not look interesting to me at all.
And I think that one might be somewhat better designed for like the custom controllers that are like the vehicles. So it's better for actually like fake real driving.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for them to bring the NASCAR games back.
There's a new one coming out this year.
The crash racing
Actually,
thing looked kind of cool. The crash card thing, whatever.
Oh,
The
did it
dirt-
though?
Yeah.
So there was multiple trailers in that reveal event that I was like, should I know what this is? Why are they like shoving these characters in my face like I should know or care who they are?
Again, it was just, hey, these are super varied games.
I thought,
sure.
You're talking about like
It was
different characters that were riding on top of the cars or whatever.
Yeah,
I thought that was going to be like a Grand Theft Auto thing at first.
I
That's just
thought
what
it was
seemed like.
Rocket League. Like,
To me, it looked like
Fortnite
it's some
Rocket
kind
yeah.
of battle royale-ish thing with crashing cars and maybe like you hop in and have to get cars because people were running around.
Yeah.
And like I was like, it looks interesting. I'm like, that could be fun. I don't fully know what exactly it is, but it looked interesting. And again, I'm not like, oh, this needs to be everything. I liked the idea that they did show a really varied thing of games. So I'm like, it's interesting. I don't know what it is.
Kind of gave me a cartoony Twisted Metal vibe.
Yes, that's what a lot of people were saying.
Yeah, but like
Overwatch meets Twisted Metal.
I like Twisted Metal a lot, and that did not look like Twisted Metal.
Well, yeah, it's got to look friendly for the kids. That's why they got the bear or whatever with the cell phone.
So Twisted Metal for Kids story. Emmett got a PlayStation Classic for Christmas from my mom.
Oh, no.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, dude, we should play this Twisted Metal game. I used to love playing this game as a kid.
Okay.
Not when I was that age, but
yeah.
And now he does like playing it now, so he got over it. But we were going through the character select screen, and the first thing that pops up is Sweet Tooth, and he's like, "Can we turn this off?"
Yeah.
And I just picked Sweet Tooth because it's Sweet Tooth.
Nostalgia, right? Yeah.
And he's like, "Don't pick that car anymore, okay?"
I don't know if we had like a heavy talk about the actual like console reveal. I mean, I liked how it looked. I'm intrigued.
I did not look.
Looks like an internet router.
I will say
it does look a lot like an internet router.
I like it more when it's on its side, which it can be.
It looks so stupid. Are you fucking kidding me? It literally doesn't belong on its side.
All right.
It looked fine on its side.
Listen,
I mean,
we're fighting between an internet router and a fridge.
Yeah.
So let's.
Yeah.
I'd take a mini fridge.
Neither of them
the other
look
way.
great. Neither of them look great, but
Modern.
it just looks like, hey, in 2005 when they're like futuristic console, and then there it is. So it's
Okay.
I
Yeah,
think you
sure.
triggered him when you said you like it on its side.
I do like it on its side.
I did not like the way it looked on its side at all. It
looks
Terrible.
I also didn't like the way that the PS3 looked though, and it looks too much like the PS3 to me with that like humped curve shape that's got going on. Like
It's a weird shape.
It's like almost like an oyster shape. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I
I
get
don't
It looks like it would be a clamshell, but it's got one side that's flat.
Yeah,
and
what
the
does it
other.
open up? Is that how you replace the hard drive?
No.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
I
how you replace the motherboard when it fries because it's too small or it doesn't have enough holes.
No, it's not small at all.
You're right. Yeah, it doesn't have enough holes for ventilation
that's
though.
The entire
Probably true.
thing is vented. Did you not see the grills?
On the sides.
doesn't mean
it's
ventilated.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't care for
I mean,
it.
they've been talking about a crazy new technology that they've been using for venting. So we'll see what happens when it comes out.
A different kind of glue that doesn't overheat.
It's like the Samsung phone.
Well, they have the ones that
explode.
like they have that like weird adhesive that they use that's not supposed to like burn out or whatever, and then it has every kind of a it won't. It never overheats, and then after a while you hear, they've been overheating.
So the thing I will
That's
say
on
about it,
both sides though.
It is.
the thing I will say about it is that it is better than the V prototype that we saw or kind of seen, maybe a
even think I've
mock-up.
seen that.
Like it's dumb, and it's
dumb.
not quite. The actual design is not quite as stupid as that.
It looks
but
like the
it's-
original Xbox, that design.
It does. It does. That prototype design
Yes.
does look like the original Xbox.
The only thing that bummed me out, that actually bummed me out, was when they did like the controller look at, no buttons on the back. None of them have buttons on the
Right.
back. Why
Right.
not?
Yeah,
Why?
we did touch on
we
that
have
briefly,
buttons.
having talked about next gen quite a bit on the pod. Is that
talked
as something
about
that we
hoping for
wanted?
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, give
and
us
it's
some more
it's a
buttons,
bummer.
man. Because the problem is, I don't mind getting the additional little attachment, but the problem is it doesn't give you extra buttons. You just get to remap.
Right.
I want extra buttons, so it's like, oh, you got to open these menus. Have it be those little paddles that you barely use.
I was impressed with how much technology they managed to pack into that controller, though.
Yeah.
Like they seem to be innovating in a way that Xbox is not. Like Xbox is making more expensive controllers out of, in theory, nicer things, like a nicer innards with steel on the thumbsticks and stuff, but like you're not actually changing anything. Like it's the same, it's a fucking controller. You're not actually adding anything in there that makes it more useful for me as a player. But Sony is actually doing that. Like there's a microphone in the controller, which is really fucking smart, and a speaker. And you can chat through it if you don't have a headset. Like the touchpad, I think is really cool. The LEDs that ring the touchpad also look really fucking nice. And the way that they're talking about the stuff with the triggers, talking about haptic feedback on the triggers is not really a thing that Xbox is doing. Like haptic rumble triggers, right? But like what Sony was talking about
like
was
different pressuring.
Yes, different resistances. Like as you're drawing a bow back,
it's gonna feel stronger,
right?
and
As you
gun
pull
will
it
be
further
lighter.
back, and like that's all really cool. That's all. I like it.
I did like the headset that they showed. I might get that.
Yeah, they did like the whole run,
I'm really
the accessory
happy it has
run,
the
basically.
Freaking band right
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Took them long enough to get on that fucking train.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Triggered, huh?
Oh boy.
Why do they make headsets so uncomfortable? These things are fantastic.
We're gonna take another break.
But I like the amount of technology they're putting into that. My only question would be like, does that increase the cost of that controller? Like, does Microsoft stay at $60 for controllers, for new controllers? Because it's basically the same controller.
Yeah.
Or does Sony be like, okay, well, it's $80 for our controllers?
And
like,
that's the thing that I found with Sony versus Microsoft anyways, which, I mean, the Giant Bomb guys brought it up, but I've always thought that way, that Sony is a hardware company. Mm-hmm. And they're like, look at this pretty thing and look at all the stuff it can do. You're gonna pay out the ass for this thing.
Yeah.
But it's gonna do a lot of cool stuff. Where Microsoft is like, you wanna play games? You're gonna play games.
Play them.
And we're gonna make a lot of them. Anywhere.
Play them anywhere.
Anywhere.
On the toilet. In the toilet.
Toilet gaming.
Toilet gaming.
Sorry.
I was gonna move on. So if you got something else,
yeah,
go ahead.
because I don't know if there'll be any increase with the controller, because it's not like there are new things from the DualShock 4, but there are still a lot of things that the DualShock 4 has, and it's still the same price. So I think it'll still be in the same range, because those controllers are not that expensive to make. I mean, it's like $5 probably to make, and they are just like. So I think it'll still be in the same price range.
Let's hope.
$1,000 for this special controller.
That's why I'm saying, like, the whole thing with the diskless is smart, because the diskless can either be a massive hard drive or cheaper than the Xbox, so they can kind of get that range.
I don't think they will increase the hard drive space.
Yeah, either.
Because it would be too pricey to make a bigger SSD that fast. Like, that would not net them anything.
I did see, though, like, in Europe, it was up for a bit and then went down, that there was something about a 2 terabyte PS5. It was there, so and it was 700 or 800 euros, something in that area. Mm-hmm. So that's where that thought came from.
How many unicorn horns was it? Because I don't know what euros translates to.
Like one. One unicorn.
Okay, got it. Well, I was just going to move on to like kind of the different design philosophies that we have now for this generation. Like, people evidently threw a shit fit that that the new Xbox will have basically the same dashboard setup as the Xbox One. Mm-hmm. And like, nobody said anything when the PS4 launched with the almost exact same dashboard as the PS3 had.
Yeah. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right, exactly. Nobody said anything. Yeah. And now Microsoft's like, well, yeah, it's mostly the same. And people are like, oh, fuck!
That's because it's been changing every month for the last 7 years.
Oil brats.
True.
Right? Same.
I mean, like, they are constantly innovating on that dashboard and putting new things out there to the test.
More ads.
It's it's completely different from what it launched with in 2013. Yeah. And like they have revamped that so many times. Like,
because we get it all the time. Like, Sony gets it once a generation, I feel like. We get it like a month on a monthly basis, so it's not a change.
And
it's like seeing yourself in the mirror every day. It doesn't seem like it's changing at all.
Right.
Versus don't look in the mirror for like 6 months and don't shave, and then look at yourself and it's like, what just happened?
What just happened? I mean, I do like stuff came out that Microsoft is revamping the store, which is a good thing, because that store is fucking garbage.
Store is bad.
It's so terrible. It barely loads. Like, it just feels like it's creeping along on its last leg.
And then the trailer pops up out of nowhere.
Yep, it just starts playing. You're like, why? Fuck you. This is like Netflix. Yeah. And then, God forbid, you try and buy a 360 game, and it takes you to the old dashboard. Like, what the fuck? Why is this like this?
Yeah, I know,
Roll
man.
it all
It's
together.
So it's so hard to be like, oh, wow, I'm going to play the PS3. Oh, look, I can navigate through this just like the PS4. It's just,
I mean, I will say I like what PS3 and PS4 did, where it's a straight line. You can make folders. Mm-hmm. It's simple, not a lot in my face. Last time I had been on an Xbox One, I was kind of lost, because there's a lot of everything in your face. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I don't.
It's more of a up and down thing now.
Yeah, they've simplified it quite a bit from what it was, especially at launch. Like, and I would argue back to the people who want a new Xbox dashboard. Like, When the Xbox One launched, you couldn't launch a fucking party.
No.
I literally could not party chat with other people that bought Xbox Ones on day one. Like, are you fucking kidding me? We've had this the entire generation for 360, and now Xbox One launches, and I can't start a party.
Yeah, there's like no party thing. I forgot about that. Sorry.
Yeah.
They're just like, what
Dave, you're fucking
What
fired.
did we forget? Oh,
They
well,
can-
we got the pass through. We put 2 HDMIs in it. Like, that's what people wanted, right? Like,
They can play games. Yeah, you can put a disc in.
okay, yeah. we
I
got
also
this
tried
thing.
to
People talk to each other? No, they don't have friends. Forget it.
Wait. Wasn't there a party? Oh, fuck.
God damn it, Tim. I fucking told you that needed to be in there.
This is why we took you off the Bugsnax project.
Oh my gosh.
You forgot about the wiener arms, man.
Can't think with these wiener arms.
That's the guy who was trying to make party chat. That's why it took so long.
Oh god.
But like, so Sony came out and talked about how they won't have a smart delivery alternative for developers, which I think is a step in the wrong direction. And then like that means that they are making devs do back compat themselves.
Yeah.
And the smart delivery thing that Xbox, for the listeners that aren't in the know, is basically that Xbox is going to handle it on their side, whether or not a game is optimized for Xbox One or Xbox Series X.
Yeah.
So you will buy Xbox One and you will get the Xbox Series X version whenever you buy an Xbox Series X. And that is an opt-in program from developers, but it's not being handled at the developer level.
No, they just
it's being
gotta say
handled on
it's okay
Microsoft's
for you
side.
guys to do
right.
that.
It's the checkbox that they're doing.
I think they could still opt for developers not to do it because I could have sworn Activision or EA was trying to pull
the
some
developers
Well,
can
for
say
sure,
no, I
yeah.
don't want to.
Yeah,
I mean, it's their game, their property. Like, yeah,
Yes.
they can do that.
So
But
absolutely.
Microsoft will do that for them as long as they're not going to charge the customer for that product again. Microsoft is making it
Like GTA
easier for the that's
Well,
the
at
only one
least
that
we
PlayStation
hope. We
5
still have to
says.
see how well
Yeah.
it's executed.
Yeah, I mean,
It worked,
developer
it
stuff
worked
do-
Xbox
Buy this
360
game
to
3
Xbox
times.
One.
Xbox 360, Xbox One, PC. Do I have to buy it a 4th time?
So far,
What's going on?
So far, there have not been a lot of publishers and devs that have came out and said we're not going to do this. They like Cyberpunk said they're going to do it. Halo is one of them. Like all the first party titles are going to do it for sure.
Yeah.
And those will be on Game Pass anyways.
There's a
but
big
like
list.
Sony said we're not doing that. If developers want to do that, they can on our platform, but we don't have any sort of system in place to help the developers support the consumers in that way. And like that goes along with the backwards compatibility stuff. They're putting all that on developers and making sure that the developers are optimizing the games on PS5, like the PS4 games on PS5. And like, my question for you guys, having been through several console generations, is like, is any of this starting to sound like what the messaging behind the PS3 sounded like? Like, we're already number one and we're not going to support developers in this way. Whereas the 360 was like, oh, fuck yeah. Please make games on 360. Microsoft was like, I will pay you to make games for 360. Like,
I mean, not with just PS4 to PS5 backwards compatibility or like giving you the PS5 version for free. They're saying the developers can do it. I just think, I don't know if because I don't think they're as good as Xbox might be at getting their hand into what developers are doing. Where Sony are like, we're not going to put our hand in there. They can do it. They just got to do it. But we're not going to say they can't. If they said, no, they can't, then I'd be like, what are you guys doing? I just don't think they're as hands-on in some of those instances. And maybe it might be not heavily complicated. It's still kind of like, how well are these systems going to work? We can't know until it actually happens. For sure. Hoping everything's great.
Yeah.
And it might just be, you get you get your PS4 disc and it still plays, it's still up. It's not the PS5 version.
Right.
Which it's seeming like Sony might be trying to make the jump sooner than Xbox is to go into the PS5. Because they're hitting heavy with some of their PS5 games. And wasn't Xbox kind of saying they're going to kind of do like a more
Xbox said that they're
gradual?
going to do, at least for first-party titles, they're going to support the Xbox One for the next 2 years. So it's kind of weird. I mean, not weird as an Xbox fan, because Microsoft is about face on that throughout this whole generation. But like to see Sony being a little anti-consumer, like they know that they have a console that people want. They know that they have properties that people want. They don't
care.
They don't care about making back compat work. They don't care about having a smart delivery system.
Well, no, they have PS4 is going to work on.
Well, I understand that, but they're not doing any of that work. They're forcing developers to make that happen. So like, just to me, and like Microsoft still supporting the Xbox One just seems like they're doing a little bit more.
When did they not
for
have
the consumers?
PS4 games just going to work? Because they've been talking about it's like emulation. You pop it in and it does, and they've already been having like thousands of them working.
Well,
that's
not what he's saying. He's saying like right now with Xbox, if I buy Cyberpunk for my Xbox One, because
you'd get the new version for free.
Yes.
Right. Among other things. Like I don't have to upgrade to another Xbox right now if I don't want to.
Yeah.
I will because I'm a sucker.
Same.
But
I'm an idiot. But I'm gonna.
I think it's still one of the things of it might just be about how Sony's managing their resources in certain instances. Like I said, just not putting their hands in it. If they said no, we're not allowing this, then I would say that is very anti-consumer. They're just, instead of having their hands in it in a system that they might not be able to make as well, Microsoft might be like, we have this system that works perfectly, and Sony's like, I don't think we can get that, but the developers are making it. They could do patches or whatever to just plop it down. If they said, no, you can't do that, then I'd be like, that's kind of shitty. But they're like, you can. Developers just need to do it. I think it's just how they're playing their hand. Because last thing we want is Sony to say, oh, yeah, here's a system, and it doesn't work. Then it's like, fuck, we should have just had the developers do it, and now we have to look like babies because we failed.
Good point. As a hardware company, as it were, not a software company.
That might be my thought in terms of how they're playing their hand. We'll have to see. They do take an approach slightly different. It doesn't fully bother me because I'm going to jump on the PS5 and they're already saying you can play PS4 games on PS5, so I'm not like, ugh. And it seems also that the architecture of the Xbox is more kind of like, it's a bigger home to have both and kind of move things around. I mean, there's more versions of the Xbox than it seems of PlayStation, so it might be like PS4 to PS5 is very simple, and then you kind of have like the PC, Xbox, and Xbox, and kind of this little ecosystem. So the smart delivery would just be like, you buy one and it's in your circle, where Sony's like, we're the PS5, and that's it.
No, I would agree with that. Like Microsoft is obviously making a hard play on PC in a lot of ways, and making sure that people
if
still
you
want
own a
to
game,
play.
you get to play it anywhere.
Right.
And that to me would seem smarter in the sense of the fact that they're moving more of their stuff to PC. So if it's just their little ecosystem, it won't be like, well, why do I get an Xbox if it's on PC?
Right.
Like, well,
you don't have to.
Buy
If you
it
don't
on
want
PC.
to.
Like,
You
you still
just
support Microsoft either way.
Yeah.
We will get your money one
Phil
way or another.
Spencer came out and said, like, he is not super concerned with how many consoles they sell.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't really care about beating
Play to the strong
PlayStation
suits
in
that they
numbers.
got,
Like,
you know.
it's fine. If it's fine if we don't win that numbers game, because we've got kind of our hands in these other pies, like PC and stuff like that.
If they do what I think they're planning with the what's the game streaming thing? Not streaming from your Xbox, but streaming from the cloud.
Right.
xCloud.
Yes.
If they do that to where, as long as I have Game Pass Ultimate or whatever it is to get that, I can play my Xbox Series X game on my phone because I don't have a Series X yet. or on my PC.
I don't see how that would run that well playing it on your phone.
It runs, it just streams. It's literally like streaming the video to your phone.
Have you seen Google Stadia though?
It's not that.
It's not that. It's so much
way better.
It's way better.
I've played that. I've played them
I
both.
still don't see how it would be as good as playing on the actual console. I
It's
can
not
imagine
gonna
streaming
be.
to a PC.
It's not gonna be.
And that's
But it's
cool.
but it's
there
giving
yet.
you an option to
Where
where
do
if
that, I'll play my Switch.
I wish I could play Xbox games on my Switch.
Yeah, I do too. I wish there was a Project X Cloud on Switch.
I
That'd
think
be awesome.
then that's just more playing into an ecosystem. They're like, buy this one thing in our ecosystem and it works in the circle. And Sony's like, we don't have an ecosystem. It's just this one. And then the developers, if it's like, hey, you want the PS4 and PS5, they can do it. Then they just do it.
It's definitely two different design philosophies, and I guess we'll. Just
I don't
have
think
to
it's
see which one.
anti-consumer yet.
Okay,
it could be.
Yeah,
it really depends.
It hasn't
my
moved.
face.
Yeah. I
know. I'm not used to it. It was different.
You looked at it like it moved. You fucker.
I just keep hitting it because I remember last time I was here and my hands were.
Yeah.
And you just did it. Kill me.
It just seems like
whatever I was saying.
Got this. Got this.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. It's out of fuzz.
Damn it, Troy.
So that was my heart breaking.
Pretty fucking sad.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah. So Xbox has an ecosystem. Sony PS5 is just like its own little thing. So we'll just have to see how does what. I think Xbox is playing to their strength. Sony is, as long as they don't say you can't. I don't see an anti-consumer yet.
The only thing, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, like, with the Xbox, we haven't seen any sort of IR sensor. And my Xbox One is really good at turning on all my devices. So, like, if the new Xbox ships without an IR blaster is what it is, basically, I'm going to be bummed. Like, at least a little bit.
I'll buy one that's USB at that point.
Yeah, I'm going to have to. Like, I don't know if they can somehow like patch that into the software. If I have to buy it separately, I'm fine with buying it separately.
I still think that thing on the top should be a Cortana speaker.
Also, question, has Kinect been abandoned completely?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, they're not
it's
doing
not
that anymore.
Wonder what the PlayStation camera is going to do.
I did see, I was going to ask you about that PlayStation camera.
I hope that that'll mean that they'll be bringing PlayStation 5 VR.
It could be they are.
They will.
They're bringing PlayStation.
I can't
because
imagine they're
Pistol
gonna
Whip is
abandon
coming to
VR.
PlayStation.
Yeah, it is.
now.
Yeah.
So that's,
But did they say they're having a PlayStation 5?
Pistol
I
Whip.
mean, I would assume it would work on PlayStation 5.
I mean,
they're
I'd
still
say-
adding games for VR.
They're not.
I don't know. They supported the PSP for a long time.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
Vita?
No, I think the
Vita?
Eye just might be another sensor, just a better get a better sensor for like, an external sensor that's you're going to sit on your TV.
Yeah.
It's just going to be like, I mean, for Steam VR, you have to have two external sensors. I mean, Oculus, you don't. PlayStation VR, you don't right now.
Right.
But in order to have more accurate tracking, external sensor is pretty needed. So I think that might be what that's
It
for.
looked like it had two cameras in it. So
Yeah.
Maybe one.
Hopefully.
Well, usually two cameras would indicate one of them is a depth sensor because the Kinect had two cameras as well.
So very well.
So
could be.
hoping that they'll bring the VR because
Kung Fu Live coming back.
and maybe they won't make a new one. It'll just
It'll just be
PlayStation VR.
Yeah.
I think we'll probably get an update to PlayStation VR this generation on the PS.
Eventually, yeah.
I'll at least have
eventually.
to wait until they make an announcement before I get it because if they're like, oh, there's going to be a better version, I'll be like, well, no, wait.
Well, I get the better version.
Yeah, get the
better fucking version. Can I have a version where it makes it better for the people who can't fucking see?
The PS Contact.
Just
That's
feel like
literally
Futurama
because of your
attacks right in my eye.
like you have with VR when you're playing on somebody else's VR.
I know.
Okay,
I
like it will
know,
adjust
I
to your
know,
eyes if you
that's-
set it right.
I still feel it's not quite as friendly to those.
And they're
with
getting
bad
there.
vision.
It's going to get there. Give it time.
I mean, how bad is your vision? You have glasses. Is it like really bad or not bad?
Not bad.
Mine is
mine is further away. So if there's a screen on my face, I'm good.
Perfect.
Yeah, my vision is awful. Like I can't even make out what his shirt says.
Neither
like,
can
at
I.
all.
Neither can I.
It's
know,
in
'cause you're not looking at
Spanish.
your
I
fucking
can't read
shirt.
it neither.
Colin, having recently made a migration to PC, formerly an Xbox player, what do you think?
I'm still buying an Xbox Series X, man.
Okay.
I'm still
All right.
buying that. I still want the satisfaction of doing console gaming on the TV.
Right.
You know, so I definitely still want that. Like, there's a lot of like cinematic games I kind of want to play. Like, I still want to play COD Modern Warfare, the campaign on my TV. Like, I just want to play that on my PC. It's a nice monitor, don't get me wrong, but there's nothing better than having a good surround sound system, not having to worry about wearing headsets and then just playing. Like,
my headset is my surround sound system.
So I know, but still, like, it's just better not to have to wear a headset, more comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I enjoy cinematic-based games. That's why I kind of like PlayStation with their single titles that they're releasing.
Oh, for sure.
But I hope Xbox does a little bit more of that. I mean, they're obviously not exclusives, but I would like to see more single-player, story-based games. Kind of like Control. I want to play through that and on my TV as well. So, yeah, definitely some cool reveals. I still a diehard Xbox fan. Like I said, I like the ecosystem of the Xbox a lot better. Just the fact that they are letting you do. Like, if you buy a game, you can do it like everywhere,
right?
Which just I just love that, and it's innovative, and I don't have to buy a game twice on PC and console. Like Sea of Thieves, I didn't have to buy again. I just have Game Pass, boom, on both. You know,
bingo,
boom, you're ready to go,
and I get to play Halo, all the Halos, for free. Like, I haven't really had to. That's awesome.
So Xbox's next event isn't until July, and it kind of bums me out that like, cause at E3, quote unquote, we would have got them both.
Yeah.
Like, we would have gotten the Xbox event and the Sony event damn near back to back.
Definitely. Maybe some Nintendo in between.
And Nintendo would have
got the Nintendo
reveal for the Xbox. This one's gonna be like, here's the gameplay.
Right. I want to see more games for sure.
They already had a lot of games though. Like, do you see the list?
Yeah.
The games they announced for the Xbox Series X compared to the PS5.
I have not
There's
seen
a
the
very
list.
significant Xbox Series X has a lot more games.
Wow. Okay.
I can't wait for
the list is a lot
Bugsnax
longer.
1 through 5.
Yeah, God. Like, compared. I don't know. I have a picture somewhere of the comparisons.
Okay.
But it shows like, how many titles are coming. I don't know if it's in this group.
How many of those are Halos?
One.
Yeah.
Only one.
5 or 6. Halo 6. Halo Infinite.
Oh, there's 6 Halos. Cool.
Now watch the Xbox comes out, God of War 5.
Got him. We got him.
We got Justin now. You know what console you're buying, buddy.
I'm playing on my fucking computer, dude.
There you go.
There you go.
We're okay with that here.
Yeah, you can do that.
We're okay with that here. We are an open community.
I don't fucking care if you're okay with it or not. This is a safe space.
Exactly.
No, it's not.
No, you're right. It's totally not.
Okay, I'm here for you.
All right. Well, we are a little bit over time. And it's actually like super late because it took us forever to set this thing up. So we are going to get out of here. Thank you everybody so much for listening. This has been Crazy Train of Thought episode, whatever the fuck we're on.
Whatever the fuck.
E3 special. We'll have some more games to talk about next week. There are a handful on this list that we didn't really get to.
We have so much Pokemon news next week.
Pokemon news. There's
and there's another event on
I didn't even get to talk about my games. We've got the next week 24th, 26th. Nintendo's doing another event for Pokemon.
I think we're getting Let's Go Johto.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Did I feign excitement enough? Yeah, let's get out of here. Thank you.
Also, this weekend might be horrible because I am playing Last of Us 2.
Okay.
Are you gonna stream it?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna stream it. So we might actually have if Amy and I finish it over the weekend, we'll be hopefully bringing her on to do the review because she doesn't know the leaks and I do, and we're going to see what the difference is. And
Hell yeah.
We're like, fuck this game.
Okay, so next week, Last of Us 2, more game news.
Pokemon.
Let's do it.
And we'll see you then. That's all, folks.